I find people in all sorts of different situations when I talk to them about inbox zero. And sometimes this number up here, 29, isn't 29, it's 29,000. And so the endeavor of going through and making sure you didn't miss that one important email from a week ago, and it should be on the top of your list, but it isn't, and you don't want to archive everything all at once, can take hours to get down to inbox zero. If you're brand new to a job, it's one of those things where you can just build in the habit and it stays that way and it's nice. But I just want to show you that if you want to make a switch kind of mid situation, there's a really easy way to change your inbox to what I think they call it Unread First. And so I'm going to click on the settings button in the upper right hand corner, and it brings up a series of high frequency settings people use all the time. And I'm going to go down here and I'm going to click on this one that says Unread First. Now I want you to just notice this Twitter email here that's red, and this Twitter email here that's red, and this Newsella email that's red. And just keep an eye on the top, let's say 4: Text Help, Meet Recordings, Google, Twitter, and Fan Expo. So I'll click Unread First, and I'm going to close those settings. And what it does is it just adds a single line up here, unread, and you notice those Twitter emails went away. The idea is the more important email is the email you haven't looked at yet. And so the unread goes up to the top, and every time you read an email, if you scroll down, it goes to what's called everything else. It could be called read as well. And it does both in chronological order. So the most recent unread email is at the top of the unread box, and the most recent read email is at the top of the everything else box. And what I really like about this is that if you read an email, let's say I just open this text help email and this meet recordings email, in just a couple seconds, these are going to update and they're going to drop down to the everything else box. And if not, I'll have to reload my page, but it happens like every 5 or 10 seconds usually. Or I can click this button here. There we go. And you'll see that the text help and the meet recordings are now in everything else. And if you do this with all of your unread emails and you read them or archive them or snooze them, they'll get out of your way. And one way to get to inbox zero is to just close everything else. Now, all those red emails stay there, which some people prefer to having in your all mail, but they can just be opened with a single click. You can also take an email that's read and you can mark it as unread as another system of, I'd better deal with this today kind of thing. And so you've got this email that is up here in the unread, and then as soon as you read it, that's one way of saying you're done with it, or archiving it, or snoozing it. Change your inbox type to unread first.